Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of the Figuring Out Fatherhood Chris Unplugged podcast. I'm your host, Chris Topper, and I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind since the last week, and that is on whether I should allow my daughter to record and create content for social media. This episode will be used for anyone who has a child and wants to film their child and put them on YouTube, essentially turning them into a YouTube star. What's actually triggered this episode is the fact that last week when I was filming Emotional Incest, my daughter was actually present. She was in the room while I was filming, and I went to the toilet and came back, and I came back to find her sat in this very chair you see me sat in. She said to me, "Dad, can you record me please?" And you know what? I was very, very excited too. I was so happy that she was getting into what I was into, meaning I was creating content and she wanted to get into that as well. And you know what? I did film her. I filmed a quick 20-second clip. It was very, very short. It was a situation where I just told her what to say, which was, "Hi everyone, my name is," and then get right into the topic. And then once you're done, just say, "Thanks for watching. I'll see you later." And we filmed a very, very short episode, 20 seconds. And she said, "Hi everyone, my name is," and I want to talk to you about Peppa Pig. I want to talk to you about Peppa Pig and the time she couldn't whistle. And I want you to know that I also can't whistle. And that was it. That was the shortest clip ever. It was very cute, it was very sweet, and I figured I could edit it, make it nice, make it look good, add some snippets to it, maybe add a bit of the actual episode of Peppa Pig that she watched, that I triggered that. I could make it into something special, right? But at the same time, I thought to myself, wow, do I really want to open my door up to this, to creating content for social media? And I went down a rabbit hole of just thinking of very, very different things. And in the end, I haven't actually even edited the video. I haven't even looked at it. I haven't watched it back since then because I'm unsure about how I feel about my child being on YouTube, being a YouTube star. After my excitement about her creating content just like her dad passed, I thought to myself, does she want to create content because she wants to create content, or does she want to make me happy? Does she want to do it just because daddy does it? Does she want to do it because she's seen me do it and it's something that she wants to copy, right? Because I don't think she realizes that I filmed this, put it on YouTube, put it out there for people to watch, for strangers to watch, people across the internet. Anyone could come across this episode, and it opens me up to the internet, essentially, to people's unsolicited comments, to different things. I then went down this rabbit hole where I thought to myself, should I be letting her create content? Does she want to create content for herself or for me? Should I let her create content? Is this a vanity project for myself? Am I just doing this because she's so cute and I see the opportunity to make money off it? Can she actually consent to creating content? Can she actually consent to being on YouTube? Does she realize she's going to be in the public eye? Do I want her to be in the public eye from such a young age? Do I want her to be in the public eye at all? Could this give her a complex? Social media has led people to want to come across as perfect, and I don't know if this is something that I actually want for my child. Anyway, these thoughts did not stop, and it went on for a long, long time. And I keep thinking to myself, do I want to edit this and put this out onto the internet? This is something I plan to discuss with my mum. I haven't discussed it with her yet because I wanted to come to my own conclusion first, but I brought it up to her. But seeing as I've been unable to come to my own conclusion, I'm going to speak to my mum about it and get her thoughts. For all I know, she may be fully for it. For all I know, she may be fully against it. And this also led to more thoughts. I thought to myself, what happens if I decide that I actually want my daughter to be on the internet and her mum says no? Or what if her mum says yes? And I was like, you know what? I don't want this anymore. What do I do then? Then what do I do if her mum decides to throw her on the internet without my consent? Or will her mum do if I decide to throw her on the internet without her consent? And if there's anything you should know about me, is anything that comes to my child, I want to make sure that her mum and myself are always, always, always in sync, and we always agree on things before either one of us makes that kind of decision. That's just what I want for myself, it's what I want for my daughter, and it's what I want for us as a unit. And you know what's actually funny? While I was having all these thoughts, then the Kanye West and the Kim Kardashian beef over North being on TikTok happened, and my understanding of it is Kanye is not happy with North being on TikTok and having been on social media in that capacity, and Kim encourages her to be on TikTok, and it really confused me. I don't idolize them, I don't look up to them, I don't see them as anything other than just normal people who happen to be rich and famous. But the dynamic of them, I assume they are co-parenting, seeing as they're getting divorced, and my daughter's mom and I are co-parenting, and it just made me think, how do you approach situations? What is the right way to do this? What's the wrong way to approach it? I want to make sure I always do what's in my daughter's best interest. Not in my interest, not in my best interest, not in her mum's best interest, in my daughter's best interest. And it's very easy for you to, as a parent, to get clouded by your interests, it's easy for you to think that you're acting in your child's best interest. Meanwhile, you're just acting in your interest subconsciously. For example, on one hand, I could be like, I can make her into a child star. It will bring wealth, generational wealth, and she'll be rich and famous and all these things. But in reality, she will be rich and famous, but so will I. And again, it made me think, am I doing it for her? Am I doing it for myself? Because ultimately, with or without YouTube, I'm going to create the best life for her as I can. So do I really need to be doing this for her? Is this really what I want for her? Is this what I want for her at such a young age? Like, she's only 4, and I don't want her to grow up with the pressure of being on social media. I don't want her to grow up with eyes being on her constantly and her having to portray a life that she may not necessarily live a real life. My concern here really is my daughter's well-being and her development. I don't know how making her a YouTube star will impact her day-to-day life. I don't know how it's going to impact her growth. I don't know what it's going to do to her, essentially. I don't want to risk my daughter's well-being just for money. I don't want to risk her well-being for anything even. There's nothing worth my daughter's well-being. I can't lie to you. There's no figure you can give me, that you can offer me, that will let me potentially risk her growth and development. I can't lie to you. That's just me personally. Another thought that crossed my mind is, because I know all this stuff, I know I can do videography, I know about social media, well, I know enough. My daughter, if I do decide not to put her on YouTube, my daughter could grow up and be like, Dad, why didn't you do this when I was a child? We could have been so rich, And when that time comes, if that time comes, because I may end up actually creating a YouTube channel for her and stuff. I don't know. I actually don't know. But if I don't, and when that time comes, I'll say to her, like I'm saying to you right now, and I just don't know enough about the pitfalls of putting your child on YouTube or making your child into a child star. Another thing that kind of scares me is the fact that my daughter is shy, or she thinks she's shy. It made me think, what are the impacts of exposing a child who believes they're shy to the internet and to the world? I don't know. But you know what, as I start to wrap up, I think my hesitancy in terms of allowing my daughter to be on social media, to be on YouTube, shall I say, comes down to the unknown. There's so much I don't know, and there's so much people don't know. People can say what they think, they can hypothesize, but in reality, this is still quite new, and I don't know if I feel entirely comfortable with it at the moment. Are there any other parents that feel like this? Let me know. Another thing is, what if videos we film and put out, as she grows up, she gets bullied for? Like, children are mean. They're very, very mean. And I just don't want to ever be responsible. I don't want her to ever be in a situation where she's getting bullied. And as much as I want to protect her, I know that some things are out of my control, but this is within my control, and I can decide not to do it. Like I keep saying, I don't know. There's so many unknowns, so many things I need to think about, so much I don't know about, and this is where I need you guys as part of my community to give me some advice. Let me know what you think. But the flip side to all this, our parents, etc., they have tried to protect us by making sure we go down the safe route, the tried and tested route. It's like before social media became a thing, it was more like, you go to school, study, you go to university, you get a good job, then you get married, have kids, and settle down and live a very average and normal life. But there are people who have broken down those boundaries and they have carved their own path in life. And I want to make sure that I'm not one of those parents who stops their child from achieving greatness, all in the name of protecting them, all in the name of keeping them safe, all in the name of not letting them take a risk on their own. I don't want to ever hold my daughter back. If she decides, as she grows up, when I have full confidence in her being able to make her own choices, that she wants to do YouTube, and we weigh up the pros and cons, and she says, you know what, Dad, I want to do this, I'd be more than happy to help her, and more than happy to support her, I'm more than happy to be along with her along the way. Because she's so young, she's only 4, we're not at that stage yet. So to wrap up, I guess can I even wrap up? I don't even know. I don't know what to wrap up about. But my main thought, as I'm wrapping up this episode, as I've talked through my thoughts and my feelings of this, my main thought really is I don't ever want to be responsible for holding my daughter back. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, learned something new, make sure to share with your friends, share on social media, share with someone who will benefit from this information. And also, like I keep saying, please make sure to let me know your actual thoughts in the comments. So I'm going to leave you guys how I always leave you, and that's making your mission today to make a decision that future you will be grateful for. Future you will be grateful for putting some thoughts into how you may be holding your child back from achieving greatness. So until next time, guys.